part. A lot of the NPCs I do make are kind of random made, if one could call it that.
Demi. What sounds like a good name? That sounds too normal. Fuck that name. Give me a better name.
Demi looks through every archive of character names for like a specific theming. Yeah, I got this. Cracks knuckles. 10 hours later, gets one name.
I won't lie. I actually spent a lot of time on name generators and translate.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna go into the archive and pull that sheet back up just so that I can work on it. Fuck that.
I think every name I've made for characters, I've usually like look at some inspiration for like different words, like Casper's full name, which he never fucking uses. So he does introduce himself as that, but he says most people call me Casper.
Yeah,
I think it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like that was an interesting turnabout when we all started somewhat banding together in Dungeon Dinguses, and then that went weirdly paired shape.
It is what it is. I think part of my mess up was Kiku. I was like, all right, I'll fix this real quick, and just 180 make Casper.
Well, yeah, back then your reasoning was sound. You weren't expecting to stick with us for very long, and thought that a lot of us were assholes in first impression, I guess.
Also, my first experience with a campaign with having a DM was Slaughter. So I was like, well, if this is my experience, might as well just make a throwaway character that's probably not going to do anything.
True, true.
And then I made Casperatius Erastolbritstone, or Casper. God, I fucking love that name, even though it just sounds like so arrogantly fucky. That's the thing, though. It's like Casper plays like a bard, but has the stat line of a rogue.
Not wrong, not wrong. But I think, yeah, and man, I really miss Salad because he was even though he was a new player, he was really getting to his role playing really well.
I think I was half and half though of him always playing the drunk idiot, but I mean, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, but at the same time, despite being the drunk idiot for uh 2 out of 3 question
He was
mark.
only in yours and Jeebus's, if I remember correct.
He was also in Obsidian League for Greed for a brief moment before Greed stopped and Salad disappeared on us.
Dude, I miss OL.
I mean, we left it on such a climatic note of the entire town's being invaded by eldritch abominations, and we decide to nope the fuck out of there.
We decided we didn't want to be part of that hentai clip today.
I don't.
How the fuck do I have hair in my inventory? Where the fuck did I get that from? I have hair question mark. I don't remember.
I will look at my notes.
I didn't steal it from a Rakshashana. This would have been after I had gotten the watch, so it would have been any time between the vampire thing.
Hold on, I'm going to look now. Hair.
Oh, never mind. I remember. We got it when we had arrived on the island when we were looking at the damaged window, and I saw some hair, and I just took it with me. Never mind. I remember now. Well, I got my nat 1 out of the way. Now I don't have to worry ever again. I swear to God, I have the highest highs and the lowest lows on this character.
I was surprised of last week's Jackal's D10 roll that was going from a perfect 10 to a perfect 1 to a perfect 10 again. Just like
Yeah, that was just fun and wholesome family fun, and then Jekyll got to be moody teenager, and Elric got to be caring dad that kind of doesn't want to deal with this shit, but is kind of in a place where he has to deal with this shit.
Yeah, what I need to do after today's session, probably between Wednesday and Friday, maybe Saturday, I gotta set up the OBS for Drake's Salvation and one in the chamber. I just snag the background images from the Roll20 game starting stuff, so I'll set them up later on. Alright, so just let me know. I'll just switch because we're recording now and on stream, blah blah blah. Whenever you're ready, Moogle.
Yeah, just a second.
Sure thing.
Alright, so we're live?
Yes.
Alrighty, alright. Let me restart the music for me.
I will get to that right now. There we go. We are good to go.
And welcome back. We are in episode 8
Mm-hmm.
of Sea of Sorrows. And if you catched us last night with Into the Wildlands, you know that we are currently down 2 players. Our player that was playing Aura is taking a hiatus. And as such, we don't know when they'll be back. And Jeebus the Dingus is off on holiday. So that's where we are with that. As for what's happened so far, the party arrived on the Isle of Cicero, being brought there aboard a submarine captained by the former Lich and current Necromancer, Cinder Gallows. The party enjoyed a wonderful boat ride full of undead and their colorful antics. And the party split up upon arrival, assisting a sister Sammy, who is going on her rounds to assist the people of, and I have forgotten the name of the town again. I really should read my notes.
Sleepy Town.
Sleepy Town, that's right. Of course, Aura and Elliot went to the Abbey of Ezra, and Kael went to the bar where she met a colorful duo of a 15-year-old boy telling her his name was Rudolph Van Richten, and of course the one-eyed tabaxi with gray fur and green hair known as Snowy. And that is where we return, as Elliot was speaking to Mother Superior Evelyn Popovsky at the Abbey, along with Sister Laura, and Aura had just left to gather the rest of the group. Did this die on me?
No, we were just waiting.
Yeah, I was waiting for the setup.
Yeah, so we, right, I'm sorry, I'm on a totally different map. We rejoin Elliot. My apologies.
No worries.
Of course, I just realized that Mariner can't see Jack, can he?
But I embrace the darkness.
but yeah, I can't see shit.
There you go. There I am.
Just a moment. I don't have a torchy McTorch. Wait, there we are.
Rather just keep it on you, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, I forgot we named this place Sleepy Town because I couldn't think of a name on the fly. But it's
Yeah.
not spelled like
Yeah.
sleepy.
I think it was Slipton or something like that, but we forgot.
No, it's Slepito, like
Yeah, it's like one of those like Norwegian named towns.
yeah. Le Père Town, Les Le Père.
Yeah, here we go.
Meanwhile, some French guy is dying in a corner.
Yeah, here we go. It's actually written down right here. It was right next
I
to
know
it.
what. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Slipville.
I'll slip the. Oh yeah, because I fucking spelled it out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Because it's Le Pèreville. This is why I shouldn't name things. Because it's either like the dumbest names or the best names. Anyway, I'm the one who named the party in the chamber. Not one in the chamber. Fucking brain, whatever.
Yeah. So Declan is currently with Sister Laura, and I believe we are now. Well,
I was at the bar, so
yeah. I'm currently with Sister Samantha and Abbotess Evelyn.
Mother Superior.
Mother Superior. Let me rewrite that down. Yeah, it is some good.
Okay, you should be able to see something.
hold on, let me. Yay! I can. I feel like I've seen this image before.
It is totally not just a green orb thing from a 2-minute tabletop. No.
No, I was referring to her, like. Never mind. I'm not worried about the orb.
What? Me pulling characters from anime? No. Go away.
That's illegal.
Leave now.
Me, meanwhile, asking people for commissions for art? Nah. Nah, me, bro.
Hey, I was gonna do art for every character, and then I'm like, nah, I can't do this shit. I got time, man.
Then
I'm
you
working.
realize how bad of an undertaking that is when you realize random NPCs get thrown into the mix.
And especially
He
with
did
this
for-
group, you'd just like suddenly be like, oh, we like this character, and I'd just be like, I want to die.
I'm the worst at that, because I'll just randomly send it to the dumbest stuff. Because sometimes I just find it funny.
I wish it was limited to the main characters or the the player characters, but
Yeah.
no.
Anyway.
I guess not here or there. Elliot will just look over to Mother Superior, Evelyn, and just gesture, lead the way, Mother Superior.
Right. This way, please.
For a brief moment, I forgot that the pink-haired one was not Mother Superior.
As you enter the cloister, you do see 2 others.
Ooh. That one doesn't look very edgy.
She's just here having a good time, vibing in the grass, man. Let her be.
No, I'm just messing around. Elliot will just give them both a courteous bow and still proceed to follow.
You can roll me a perception if you would like.
Sure.
Or what is your passive?
My
Unless you're
passive-
wanting to look around. I mean, I would imagine you're probably looking around.
Yes, Passive perception is 14, but Elliot is looking around to see if there's any. Well, first of all, he is admiring the place because, again, being a acolyte himself, he would like to at least see other monasteries and abbeys that are in good working order, which will lead to his first initial reason for looking around is to make sure that conditions are as good as they claim to be and would provide safety for the less fortunate, such as the children and such, and also look for any possible holes in the defenses in case he may have to cover that in the future.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it for me.
Sure. 18.
You see the darker-haired one. They're in a heated. They seem to be their body language. She seems to be a lot more heated than the other one, who seems to be trying to keep her calm. And you hear, Sister Mirabelle, I can't. How are we supposed to just go with all things when the dean is now missing and we're down to only a handful of us now. How? There's got to be some source of what's causing these monsters. You hear the blonde one. Tabitha, we've discussed this. Mother Superior has it under control. Have your faith in Ezra, in Our Lady, and we will be fine. Now go back to doing your chores. You see her just kind of huff and stomp off. No. The blonde one that you've understood is Sister Mirabelle turns.
Oh, Minerva.
Gives you a slight bow.
I'm just hoping I'm spelling her name right.
I was for the L. The A on the end.
Ah, okay. I actually misspelled Tabitha wrong. I put an A instead of an I. Okay. Elliot will just look over to either the Mother Superior or to Sister, I believe, Samantha, and just ask whichever one will answer. Are those two always in heated discussions, or is it due to the recent events?
Sister Laura, the pink-haired one. Sister Tabitha has problems with, she's having a crisis. Don't worry about her. She'll be fine. As they continue walking. Having grown up in an abbey, monastery yourself, you can kind of tell from different things that, like this heads off to like the Hermitage Library, the door here. Excuse me. And this would be another little chapel that she has stopped at. Well, Mr. Elliot, I'm not sure I got your last name.
Ptolemy.
Yes, well, she moves and they say I probably have something in the doorway, don't I? She opens it up. You see a woman sitting in a chair directly to the side of the door who kind of moves. But is more or less like sitting there knitting something. And you can see the various children off in their own little groups. So we're going to start with probably the loudest ones. And clearly her brother.
One moment, I think I hear my steam.
Your what?
Like a Steam game or like actual Steam? Afraid.
Just the old radiator that is, the heat is coming back on, so those old knob things was making a whistling noise.
And the one that you notice is more or less just kind of sitting off by herself. She seems to be older than the others. Very quiet, reading a book, occasionally staring out through a single piece of clear stained glass in these large stained glass. And you can tell that this was, you know, these are barely more than cots, hastily put together and brought in.
I will give the quiet old sister here a polite nod and softly ask without making too much noise myself. May I step in, ma'am?
She kind of leans past you and looks at Evelyn, who nods. Oh, certainly. Come on in. We're just having a bit of playtime since it's, well, mid-morning before we start doing chores and studying.
I'll just step in a little bit more, take a look while leaning back on against the wall, doing a more closer observation as Elliot himself, remembering his own past, he did not have quite the enrichment childhood as a lot of the kids would avoid him. And vice versa. And he'll
As
just
far as you can, go ahead.
and he will just, again, not trying to draw too much attention to himself, but considering he's definitely a unique presence, I'm sure a lot of kids probably are sharing glances or looking at him, but he's mostly ignoring and is just talking to the sister that's still knitting and do a proper polite introduction. Elliot Ptolemy from the Abbey of St. Cuthbert. Just came by for visiting and to help out with situations.
Sister Noel. I've been here probably the longest, but I'm happy. Granted, this whole dreadful news from these poor children. I hope it gets resolved soon.
I don't mean to pry too much, but are all these children orphans?
They are now. Their parents are taken by the monsters of the mist.
And of the children that were taken by the monsters, at least from what I've been hearing,
I'm sorry, my hearing is going. What was that, young man?
I heard that besides the parents of these children, that children were possibly taken? I don't know. I'm trying to sort out news.
Yes, these ones have been the lucky ones. Before we knew what was going on, there was... Well, some of them were even taken from these very grounds.
So,
Outside the walls. But Mother Superior keeps us safe, yeah, with her faith. Her and Sister Laura and Sister Sammy spend all night, every night, praying, keep the mists away.
looking around,
Ezra protects us.
looking at the children and people present. Sister Noel, of the orphans here, which one has been here the longest? And if I may ask, have you been able to see or perhaps identify some of the invaders by any chance?
Oh, heavens, some of them have stories. The nightmares, they talk. And listen, but if you're looking for the one that's been here the longest, that would be Candace.
The one with the book?
Indeed. She ran 5 miles to get to here. Her family lived on the other side of the island. They were one of the first ones. We didn't believe her really until, well, the late abbot went to investigate, and what he said was dreadful. Whole family of missing except for her parents, an aunt, an uncle, grandfather, all missing. Place torn to shreds. I just realized this music is horror too happening.
Yes, there should be dark tone music. There we go. I see. And this... There was nothing left behind, no... I am regretful to ask, but there were no bodies left behind.
I honestly don't... I was told no. But, the dean, when he investigated one of the houses closer after the abbot had gone missing, or I presume dead, he said there was blood, but he wasn't sure if it was the parents or... There haven't been bodies, or remains, at least any that I've seen, but I haven't, I have a hard time getting down the hill to the town anymore. Bad hip.
Understandable.
She is. She's probably like in her 60s.
Still younger than Elliot, but he's not going to prod at that particular questioning. He's not normal.
60s in human years, not vampire.
Exactly. Yes, to which Elliot nods quite calmly. Understandable. There's no need to force yourself into strenuous activities that would hinder your progress in taking care of the children. That being said, as he kind of looked over to the Mother Superior, considering you were over here the longest, by any chance, were there any unique individuals that were here before? Like adventurers or those that helped out the Abbey?
Well, there's that colorful captain. I don't really know if she is or not. She calls herself that, but I'm told that she has something I didn't really pay attention. She was very odd, with the glowing eyes and the pale skin and the... I think the other men were very, underfed.
Ah, yes, I actually encountered her. She was the one
What was
that
her name?
Syndra something.
Yes, that sounds...
About there, I was a bit overwhelmed by the gauntiness of the crew.
I suppose being sailor is a rough life. Definitely use more citrus. One of them looked like he was having scurvy.
You will not be wrong, sister. Is it alright if I talk to, or speak with the children to some degree? Alright.
If Mother Superior is okay with you, I don't see any reason not to. I am curious though as to why a dashing young man as yourself would be here.
I
That is
suppose
a very large knife.
I suppose one could say the light of St. Cuthbert led me here. And I thought to offer my assistance.
Sounds so familiar. Oh, yes, there was that gentleman.
Gentlemen?
You see her kind of just like... You can tell she's kind of exasperated. I remember one. He came here... Must have been 20 years ago? Oh dear, I can't... He was, The only reason I remember him is because he mentioned that, and he had, I don't mean to offend you, and he had, your, complexion. Can't remember anything else beyond that. Rather exotic gentleman.
My complexion. He wouldn't have a sword similar to what I'm using, as I show her the sword of the Templar.
No, he didn't. He did carry himself like a soldier, but he was not, in armor or anything.
Curious. Well,
I do remember him arriving late. Very late in the evening. That was the other part of why it was so odd. But, I don't remember much beyond that, to be honest. I'm sorry, dear.
that is fine.
Age.
There's no need to worry about that. I suppose clues that I'm looking for and my faith in St. Cuthbert had led me here for one reason or another, and I believe one of them is to aid the orphans and just this town in general against whatever is lurking within these mists. If it's not a good time to talk to the children, perhaps, as he gestures toward the girl reading, if there is time, I will actually speak with that one, the Miss Lawrence, as you had mentioned.
Oh, yes,
At an
we're
appropriate
about to get ready.
at an appropriate time that they are comfortable with it, because if the event is that traumatizing, I do not want to just reopen wounds for no reason.
Well, she hasn't really spoken to, well, anyone, really, since it happened. She hasn't really said what. She came to us all in such a terrible state, all scratched, and we couldn't tell if it was from the monsters, as she said, or from 5 miles of forest. I remember being a young girl and falling in a briar once.
As she says that, I'm going to use my second to last divine sense just to be on the safe side.
How far does it reach?
It never really gives a distinction. Actually, 60 feet, yeah. Should be.
You sense the presence of not a complete celestial, but a celestial down the hall.
Down the hall, as in going this way.
Yeah, back out into the cloister. I think that's what they call it.
Yep. Ellie will just.
And it's getting closer.
Did I pick it up from this individual or the blonde hair
Yes.
one? Ah.
You picked it up from Sister Laura.
Alright. I'll just give Sister Noel a polite nod again. Thank you for your time. I and a few of my companions will do what we can to aid this town and the Abbey. And perhaps give some solace and conclusion for these children. These are happier opportunities in dealing with the mist.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I do hope that others have tried, and I fear for them. May the light of Ezra shine on you.
And may the lights of St. Cuthbert protect you.
Okay, so you're stepping out?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course, I will give one more look toward the young child, the one that they point as Candace Lawrence. How was she reacting in I guess, while I was talking to Sister Noel, or rather, what all the other children were doing?
They were playing, but like every once in a while they would stop, point, and you'd hear him say something about, "What do you think that guy's doing? He's so weird." You know, the boys, "Oh my god, look at how big his sword is. I want a sword like that when I grow up." You wouldn't even be able to wield it. You're too weak. You know, the boys kind of bullying each other. As far as Candace, she kind of like gives you a long glance, but it just kind of goes back to looking out the window.
I'll step out for now, and I suppose since Sister Laura and Mother Superior are kind of waiting for me to do something, I'll just simply speak with them now. I don't suppose I could really speak with the Candace Lawrence about her situation, since if what Sister Noel has said, she may have a clue as to what was lurking out there.
Sadly, all of children have stories of what they've seen, of what came for their families.
There's always a silver lining of truth within all the stories. No doubt when we were all children at one point, we thought that all fairy tales had some kernel of truth to it, and at least in my years of experience, some of those kernels of truth tend to be dreadfully true.
I will ask her in a bit. They're about to begin their midday prayers and lunch.
Thank you. If it is not pressing on her, and if she is willing.
Of course. About that moment, you, with your high passive, begin hearing it. There's a bell. Now, normally, of course, Abby's and stuff will have bells for lunch or noon. This one seems much more frantic. And you watch as Sister Laura kind of looks around a bit. And Mother Superior, oh, Fred, your friend just left. That's not good.
Yes, I asked Laura to go pick up the weight. I don't reckon that's actually a bad thing right now.
No, that's the mist bell. Sister Laura says as she kind of runs off.
I'll follow.
Now, Mr. Sir Ptolemy, I would be remiss to allow you to go out. You're safer here. And you said that your friends are with Sister Samantha?
Yes.
She is quite strong in her faith. They will be fine.
Then is there anything I can do
But
to assist here?
Hopefully your friend is able to run.
Aura, as far as I know, is quite quick on his feet. Should there be anything I can do to assist here?
We are quite secure. But she kind of looks back at you. Perhaps if you would aid in giving prayer to those who might not be. As she exits back into the main chapel.
Before that, I just want to insight her words on that one. Just to get a gauge as where she is leaning onto that particular faith. 16.
As far as you can tell, she is very set in her faith and what her duties are. She is going to go pray for the safety. And she is willingly letting you do the same.
Right. Let me see if the others might need my help in more physical matters. And I'll quickly approach the two here. And of course give a polite bow. Greetings, Elliot Ptolemy of the Abbey of St. Cuthberth. Is there any assistance I can provide or help?
I'm Sister Mirabella. We should have everything under control. You are a guest here, and you will be safe. You must simply have faith in Ezra to guide us through this.
Well, I understand that. As one who also follows the light of Cuthberth, I believe that I can at least assist in some way or another, if possible. Whether it be by prayer or if by a necessary physical means of security. Are there any walls or whatnot that need to be watched?
Sister Laura looks at you. No, quite all right. I should probably help Mother Superior, though. Excuse me.
Well, if there's no need of me in physical sense, I suppose I can add to the prayers. So I should just go ahead and meet with the Mother Superior, or do you know of any other place
You
I
may
need
do
to?
so, or if you would like, I have been instructed to prepare a room for you and your friends.
Yes, I can only hope that Aura has already reached them, but I'll be a bit worried if he hasn't. But I'll speak with you later, or the others, after this crisis is over with. If you don't mind, I still have some investigation to do.
Very well. May Ezra guide you.
And may the light of St. Cuthbert aid you. So I'll make my way over to help with the prayer.
Yes, you see them already kneeling
I
before an altar.
look around. Is there a spot that I could just pray without it getting in their way?
Actually, noticing you, you see Sister Laura moves over.
Alright. He'll kneel down.
So, Kyle.
Allah. Oh, where am I? Oh, wait, I
I
left.
don't think he's on the map.
I think, yeah, there you go.
Surprise! I think I left a little bit after snowy, but I could still, like, we could just backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you had left, and
Yeah.
then you kind of, as you're turning, you see Deckham and the one you've known as Sister Sammy walking around, and you kind of look up the hill about 2 miles towards the Abbey as you begin to see this mist on the edge of the forest begin to pour in towards that path. Then you start hearing the bell, one from up the Abbey and a couple from down here, it sounds like.
Huh. I never heard, like, this sound of...
Roll me a perception.
Yay. 14.
As you're looking up towards the path, you do see a shape that, while you haven't seen him at too far a distance, you're pretty sure that that's Aura.
Huh.
And that mist is closing in on him.
Is he, like, running down... Like, what... Since I'm kind of at least looking at this situation from, like, I'd assume, far off, is it like that kind of cartoon-ish where a man's trying to outrun an avalanche kind of image, or just so I can visualize this a little bit better?
I think at first you're watching him, he's walking, then you kind of see that, the flick of a head, and then like, oh shit.
I think... About how far out is he? Like, just so I can have, like, just a sense of scope from...
At that point, he's about 1.25 miles when he sees it and starts booking it, so he's getting closer.
My man about to run a full mile in a good 5 minutes. Which is possible, but...
You hear the bartender, oh shit, gotta close the windows.
Should I be worried at all, or...?
That's the mist bells, that's when the creatures come. Would you get that one over there as he points over here?
Yeah. And she'll just kind of go and close it up.
And you see that there's been a lot of latches and things, and what you assume might have been a shoestring that someone nailed there to tie off to.
Well, let me see if I have anything to help with this. Do not.
I'm just glad I don't have any children. Maybe I'll make it through this one.
So should we? Actually, while I'm kind of doing this, and that man's having a midlife crisis about the mist. Can I look at the hair a little bit more that I had picked up? Because I really just kind of grabbed it for the sake of to look at, and really didn't get much else on it.
Okay, what are you trying to look at it about?
I kind of want to at least look at it if it's more like animal in nature, or rather not animal, but more bestial in nature versus like human hair kind of thing.
Well, either roll me a nature or an arcana. Unless you
Good,
have
I am.
medicine.
I'm not good at either.
Oh, bloody hell, traffic.
I also am not good at medicine. Alright. Which one makes more sense for Kyle? I think Arcana. 16. Holy shit.
Well, you are not a fur connoisseur or a hair connoisseur.
God, I hope not. Not into that shit.
You look it over. And you're like, And you kind of give it another sniff with your enhanced abilities. And you're like, this smells like lilac. And you're looking at it, and it's fur, but it's almost got a textured hair.
I'll just pocket that for now, I guess. I need to run some other things on it eventually. Do I see the others then running in after I kind of like am basically done with my apparently hair sniffing fetishes?
Yeah, she motions for them, and she's out there. She's actually outside, like, motioning for people to get into their homes.
Actually, here's a question, because this is kind of... Does it look like, I don't know, this person that just showed up to say they'd be hunting vampires? Because if it is kind of bestial. Because to be fair, Kyle just, like, literally met this person, walked up, flirted her, and was probably going to point a gun.
You also
So you-
may remember that.
The tabaxi.
Yee.
I'm
Like,
trying to find the artwork I had. That's the thing, is like you can tell, no, she's got feline fur.
Okay.
It's very different, and then like her hair, while it does have a similar texture, is definitely been treated by magic. Probably something gnomish.
Okay. I was just trying to get, like... Well... Oh, well. Do we have
Did
to...
you still have? Okay. Did you have it out, or did you put it away?
I would put it away. I'm not gonna be, like, flashing this shit out. I think Kyle's not that stupid. Yet. If you want me to, I can just roll a sleight of hand.
No.
Okay. I don't think anyone's passive is that high. Outside of maybe Snowy's. I'm gonna roll it just for... Thank God I wasn't asked to roll.
Oh wait, no, she was completely gone. Never mind.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
she went
you
with
were very-
Uncle Ricky because I told her about Zan.
Wait, Zan?
In fact, actually, that's the yeah.
Oh,
she
yeah,
ran off. He went to go
Xander.
after her,
Yeah.
and then with this happening, actually, you kind of look down the other side of the street as the guy who called himself Van Rick, like suddenly just turns around and starts walking back.
So, just a quick recap. The hair that Kyle investigated was the lilac scent, and there was what texture was it again?
Somewhere between fur and hair. that moment when you're sure you've got artwork for something, but now you can't find it.
Understandable. Me every day.
What the hell happened to it? Oh well.
That is what it is.
Anyway, so yeah, he comes back in, and you can tell he's just like. Your instinct says he doesn't care about the mist. Like he's just like, it's just nothing.
Who, this gentleman up here?
No, Van Richten. That guy looked like he was shitting himself. Like he had like a hogshead of something under one arm and a box of eggs under the other. He runs in, damn near breaks both of them on the bars. He kind of sits. He's trying to catch his breath.
With like an actual head of a hog?
No, a hogshead is
No,
like those.
I know, I was being an ass.
Yeah, no, there's blood everywhere. It's this terrible thing.
Yeah, the man was like, I was sacrificing my pig today. How dare they? Oh my god. But no. You said Uncle Ricky is back in the shop?
Yeah,
You just can't find his token.
yeah. Me failing when I know I did something, but I can't find the artwork for it because I have like a million places it could be.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, that'll work.
Then why aren't you worried? I guess not child, but child? Just looking at Uncle... I'm gonna keep calling him Uncle Ricky because that's what I called him. Look at my other kid. And I hate
Do you
that.
know how many lives I have? No, I've only lived like one out of 5, but
No, actually, I don't.
Really?
I've
I mean, I'm not gonna
never
lie.
heard-
I mean, I can tell this is a part of it, but you know, actually, everyone knows me. The vampires get pissed off at me. It's like, oh, don't kill that guy.
I'm gonna be real with you. What you said? I'm just gonna call you Richard for now. It'd be easier. I'm gonna be real with you, Richard. I've never
Mine.
heard of you. No. She like puts her finger up to the fucking child. The adults are talking, child.
Ma'am, my patience is very short.
So are you.
So are you.
Either way, I've never heard of you. Are you like a child star or something? What is like, just from what Kyle can see, what does Van Richten have on him outside of like the gun that I think was alluded to a while ago?
He has a revolver on one hand, on one hip. He has there is a sheath with a knife in it that also has like 3 other types of knife.
Okay.
You see various vials of different things in leather protective cases. There's a wooden case. He's got a couple of books and a satchel bag.
I was gonna say, does he have like a small like child's backpack? I'm sorry. Just the visualization just makes it so much worse. Wait, is it like the worst satchel where it's not even like a full-on satchel bag? It's literally just a strap and like 3 books bound together.
No, it's like a full leather satchel, and you're looking at it, it's like this thing has been through some shit. In fact, like half of his kit, other than his clothing, has been through some shit. There are blood stains on it that have never been able to get washed out.
All right. So, Richard, how exactly did you end up in that? And she kind of points at his whole body.
Oh. Well, that's actually a very elaborate story, but in my previous life, I was cursed by a Vistani bitch. And I had to watch everyone I love die. And, yes, almost 2 centuries later, I went back home, kicked the shit out of her because she raised something horrible, I think, a wraith. Then she raised my entire family and friends as undead, and luckily I had some adventurers that, well, you know, when you're not tied to the zombie, it's much easier to kill it.
Huh.
He lights up a cigarette. And then, well, part of the curse, I died. And, well, reincarnation. And, well, as you can tell, the overly friendly Havaxi woman is, technically part of my family. Not in a biological sense. That would be weird.
In the horny sense? As she says that she's kind of grabbing... I'm assuming there's like some... She probably would have grabbed like some alcohol while the man's frantically panicking about all the windows. Oh wait, no, she has her own rum cask. Or rum flask. Forgot about that.
No. I mean... Okay, I'm sorry, my brain just farted. What?
He said we're not related in the familial sense, and then Kyle just said in the horny sense.
No. No, my niece escaped out into... Can't even remember what plane it was. Faerun? That sounds about right. I can't remember. Anyway, that was put her out a few hundred years, probably in the past of anybody that would be arriving here, given, well, temporal problems with the Vastani and the mist. Either way, family line, she started vampire hunting, spreads the knowledge in books that we worked on, and eventually started adopting people into the family line, aka her grandfather, who was already part of a monster hunting.
You'd be like that. Kyle's got like that fake face of, I'm interested but not really, as he's talking, just kind of drinking.
Oh, and you really don't give a shit.
No, I'm listening completely. Hold on. Fucking hold. Yeah. God damn it.
Oh man.
There we go, I found the best image, there we go.
That actually looks really good.
I don't know why, but I feel like I've seen that image before, but at the same time, it's just perfect.
It looks like a Tokyo Ghoul image, actually.
It's totally not young Walter from Helsing. No, why would I do that?
I actually can, yeah.
Ah, that's right.
But no,
But
I was like, oh, I completely care. I've been so invested in this conversation.
wrong Hunter to get talking information from.
You know, this is why adventurers die out here in the mists.
Because they don't respect their supposed elders?
Oh, so isn't that your friend that's running down the hill? I'm pretty sure he's about to die.
Aren't you the one who just said the reason why people die in the mist is because they do stupid shit?
Yeah, your friend's getting caught up in it.
So, you are alluding to him doing some dumb shit, and then Wood are also instructing maybe I should go do some dumb shit as well?
Well, I mean, the other thing is nothing was coming after us. I mean, look at this guy, he's shooting himself almost. But nothing was coming into the village. On the other hand, your friend was being chased by a pistol wraith.
What?
Did you not see the thing with the gun?
You mean our literal man that runs with the gun?
No, it's the thing chasing him that also had a gun.
Why does everything in this world have guns?
Because modernization occurred at some point in some worlds, it ended up being here.
Now that would explain the weird shovel and that weird bow.
Yeah. That world, what's they call it? Earth? That place is fucked.
Oh.
Exactly what I wanted in my D&D campaign. Social commentaries. Oh my god. I mean, here's how I assess it. I can go and run and piss off a pistol wraith, or I could die and then never make it back. And generally assessing, I'd rather not die, and I think he could probably make it out of there alive. Give it like a... Give me 1 second.
Action
What's your
surge.
passive?
I give it like a 37% chance.
What's your passive?
13. It's not that great.
Yeah, you start hearing gunshots.
I give him about a 50% chance to survive.
He should still have an action surge to run.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm banking on, because he ran almost as fast as Kyle.
Kyle, do you think we should go assist Mr. Ara?
Where's my wisdom? Nah, I'm good. Puts her feet up on the table.
I'm
even trying.
deeply confused, Miss Kaya.
Go on.
Aren't we supposed to help our friends? I cannot do a deck and wear this shit. Damn it, Jeebus, why'd you have to be on vacation?
I see nothing wrong with that. No, never mind. I can kind of do it, but it's still that voice is... But anyway, I wouldn't necessarily say we're all friends if we're going to go down there. We are just all associates working together to get home. We might actually need... God damn it! She's like... It's kind of like turns around in a chair. Also, Richard, please don't drink all the booze. I want something when I come back.
My name is Richter van Richten.
Rick... Alright. Hold on, I gotta roll something else. Because I don't... Because
You can tell, like, he's, like, sitting there, like, holding a cigarette and about to punch you.
Okay. She was about to, like, give the child a head pat, but was like, no, that seems a little bit too pissed off right now. I don't think he would appreciate that.
At the very least, call me by my nickname, Rick Tavio.
That sounds like some stripper name, and I don't feel comfortable with that in the slightest.
No, Destiny's a stripper.
No, I knew that. Wait, who? You mean the Tabaxi?
Well, yes, Snowy is also a stripper, but that's besides...
Do you just lead a... Are you just secretly a pimp that leads a band of strippers around and you cover up as
He's a fucking circus performer, that's the problem.
That just sounds like stripper with a few extra steps.
If you want to have this discussion, you can have it with her. Not with me, I don't do that. She's the one. Yes, I am in the body of a 15-year-old, and I have urges. I have never had them for her. Mostly because she's obnoxious.
Did he not? This guy doesn't, like...
No, you can tell, like, instinctually, he's known her long enough from, like, one life to the other that he is like, she is family, and I am sick of her shit.
Look, some people
she's
believe
family.
in Sweet Home... Some people do believe in Sweet Home Alabama, because they're not blood... Never know.
Oh no,
Anyway.
he's legit, but...
Okay, yeah, I got it.
You're going down a very steep rabbit hole.
Dude, I love Kyle. Just fighting with people. Alright, I guess we'll go How loud are the gunshots getting? Like, does it sound
Louder.
like it's a? Does it sound like it's a back and forth kind of thing, or a one going one way, just like heading down the mountain kind of thing?
Roll me a perception.
Okay. Nah, I don't give a shit.
I do have a question, but can Elliot hear the gunshots from the Abbey? Since those things are pretty
Roll me a
loud.
perception.
Will do.
Damn you, gunshots.
Oh,
Of course.
Yes. You started hearing them, and you're like, sounded a distance, and you've noticed that they were moving away, and now, and it's two different firearms. One is definitely Aura's because you've heard it enough, and one is a totally has a completely different sound to it. And now they've stopped. Not the gunshots, but if they're moving away, you're like, okay, are they moving or are they not?
Yep. Elliot is unfortunately going to stand up as it seems my compatriot is in trouble, and it's not just from Beast, but another gun shooter. Excuse me. And I'm going to make my way to leave the Abbey, even if I had to climb up the goddamn out the window.
Spider-Manning up the wall, be like, God damn it. Yeah, I guess I'll just head out the door. Alright, Deckham, come on. You gotta go save an idiot.
You two should be inside. This is not safe out here. As you realize, the mist has like started pouring in, and like you look down the street towards like the docks, and 10 of them are getting in a boat, including the Tabaxi and the crew that she brought in with her. But you have a sense like nothing's gonna fuck with them that way.
Okay. About how far out is Aura? I keep saying Aura.
He's
From
about
what I
half a
can
mile. And you see this mist, and you see this dark shape keeps coming in and out of this mist as it pours around him, and he's shooting. You think he might be hitting, and then you watch as, you know, he suddenly jerks in one way as his leg gives out, as you can see that he's been shot in the leg. He falls to the knee.
What are the odds I can make it there and back without getting myself killed? From what I can assess.
Pretty low.
God, this is such a weird feat for a background, but I love it. I guess he doesn't look like he's gonna survive from what I can take in.
He's on his knee, and he's holding it with one hand while trying to aim.
Let me roll something. One more time. This is gonna be against my better judgment. Don't worry, sister, we'll be back. You kind of hear Kyle like gritting her teeth and like, come on, Deckham, let's go save our friend. And she just starts fucking booking it.
Yeah,
Where
Elliot.
Aura is.
Elliot is also running after Aura, or at least going in the direction he's certain Aura went, and he also has a sword fully drawn. So.
My God. Get our party fucking killed.
This is Ravenloft. You expect
Sister,
anything
actually,
less?
she looks at you. She looks into the bar. Make sure the door is locked. I will come with you.
You sure about that?
Deck, I'm kind of... You know, I'm not very quick at running. Perhaps I should stay here and defend.
Sure. I guess, at the very least, I should be able to make good time, and I could at least have someone in the bar. So hopefully that man-child in there doesn't do anything dumb. Looks to
I
the
heard
window.
you.
What thin-ass walls this bar has, then? Jesus.
I'm sorry, I tried. But premium around here. The fuck's insulation? You keep talking about that shit. Fucking what do you mean can't freeze to death here?
What's insulation in the middle of Manhattan?
Insulation in general, Jesus.
But
All right, but yeah, I guess I'll head with sister one more time. Sorry, it's Samantha.
Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
Samantha. Yeah, Sammy.
Okay.
wait, this
Are
is
you
this is Samantha?
Or
Yes.
Sammy.
I was, cause I'm looking at my notes and I got Laura from this one.
I may have buggered that up, and I'm correcting it today because I had to look through my notes, and I was like, nope, this is who it is, and this is who this was.
No worries, you can also look at my notes too. That's my confusion. I'm like,
Because
wait.
just as a reminder, folks, 2 weeks ago, I was still in the throes of just coming off of COVID, so
No,
I wasn't in my right mind.
He was in his left mind.
no worries.
Anyway.
But
You sure you could keep up? As I'll start bonus action sprinting.
You watch as she had a basket she hands to Deckham, and she grabs this holy symbol, this cross on her thing, and you watch as she's like, I was very good when I was young. As she begins running with you.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, no, she's wearing flats.
I do have a
What's your
question.
passive?
13, it's not great.
Yeah, no, you don't. Okay.
Question: since Elliot has 35 movement speed, but with a dash he has 70, how long will it take for him to get to Aura's location? Because he's going full.
This is going to be a series of rolls.
Sure.
So I need athletics or acrobatics from both of you.
Acrobatics. Oh shit, did I not level? We're level 5, right?
Yes.
I didn't level that up on my sheet.
Did you not level up?
No, I took the health. I just didn't take the I didn't add to my sneak attack. Let me change that real quick.
I got extra attack. I finally can do more deeps.
I was wondering why my sheet still said 4.
Oh, there goes Elliot.
Thank God. Fucking dude, I just want reliable talent at this point. Jesus Christ.
I understand that. Alright, Elliot, you are making good progress. You are approaching him and the mists. Roll me a perception.
All right. I'm also going to add use my final divine sense just to see if I can look for his opponent, because I did hear 2 sets of gunshots.
Okay, so you had one more left, or?
That was my last one.
Okay. As you start getting closer, you're still maybe 1 or 2, or about a round away. You sense 1 undead, 2 undead, 5 undead, 12 undead. It suddenly is very weird because it just keeps alternating, and luckily you did both of those, because then this is an advantage. As you see this black shape with what you've learned as a gun, forms out of the mist, aims at you and fires, and you're just... Your divine sense says there's one in front of me, and you look just in time to dodge and roll as you hear this shot wing pass with a zing.
Okay.
And this long trail of black smoke. And you hear a voice. You're not ready. Before it literally just seems like poof into smoke.
I'm just gonna roll this to see what Elliot might just say. Yep, he's going to open his mouth for this. Test me to see if I really am. And bonus action, I'm just going to use the Shield of Faith.
Man's tempting God about to get crit in the face.
Okay. So I am going to do this just for the sake of it all. We'll go ahead and you can drag and drop your token on. We'll just run from there.
Sure.
God damn it, I'm rolling like ass today.
I'll just put Elliot right there, click on his token, and roll his initiative. Makes sense. I got no dexterity.
I am rolling like hot shit, and I hate it.
Okay. I do need to go into the options. We're going to add something. And yep, they do have a +4. And I need to add Sister Sammy. Okay. Get that sending. There we go. All right. As you say that, and you do have time to cast. You see another one appear to your side, and they're rolling like hot shit.
No one can roll today.
Because a 16 doesn't hit, does it?
No, my AC is now currently at 19.
Okay. As it fires, this thing, appears to your right now, and then, yeah. As it fires at you, and of course, you're, for whatever reason, you're just like on full alert. Your half vampire senses are going, oh shit.
Also, just getting hurt is not something I want to be dealing with after the lesser Mist Warden hugging around like a rag doll.
Yeah, you're still kicking that, or spitting that blood out. Alrighty. Kael, you probably have 1 or 2 more turns to get there.
Alright, I guess I'll just roll a perception to see if I notice anything kind of making its way through.
You hear these other shots, like now it's like the one that you're watching isn't.
God damn it.
And, Elliot's not quiet, so you probably heard this muffled.
You may have just heard him shouting something.
Oh god. I think that's my idiot. Well, my other idiot. God, we're gonna fucking die here. Just keep running? I don't really have anything.
Okay. Then we'll get to Sister Sammy, who's running with you. Elliot.
Alright, I will run to the nearest, whatever enemy is within reach. And it's rough to not have visual targets, but that's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's alright. I'm pretty
Really
sure.
have a map plan for this.
I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting us to go right into battle to save a missing friend there, or companion. So
Actually, it was entirely what I was hoping for, but I had no real way to prep for it.
Understood.
I was on the fence about it, honestly. As a character, I really was.
Elliot's just too straightforward, unfortunately. Alright. 2 attacks.
God.
I don't know if,
So that would be 18 on the first one and 14 on the second.
Yep, so...
You hit this thing and you're like, you feel this weird resistance. You haven't really fought incorporeal beings, but you definitely see that this searing cut of burning light as the sword deals this extra radiant damage to it.
Okay, and I'm just gonna...
You hear a hiss as it fades into this black smoke. And you hear, not bad, but you're still not up to the task.
We'll see about that. And let me see, I should have a bonus action to deal with. No, I do not have a bonus action. Not yet, anyway. Alright, that's it for Elliot for the time being. I'll just shout out, Aura! Try to get close to me. I'll heal that injury.
Sure. I'm not even... Hit, boom!
Oh crap. You get shot again.
He's running, and running.
Just let me know when he's within reach.
Alright.
I got some lay on hands magic to work on him.
I'm imagining that a nat 20 for 24 hits.
For Elliot, yes, it would hit.
And that's a shit roll, so that would be 6. As you hit that one, and then you kind of just turn just in time as you hear this clink against your armor, as it said, "You're not good enough." It said, "Really? That was a fool errand." Boom! And you feel it, hit through the armor.
Right.
Before, of course, you swivel, and the second one that you feel like it was about to pull off just goes, skimming off your armor.
Okay, but do I have more or less of a proper bead as to where this thing is at, or the one that's really shooting me?
Pretty sure you connected with the one that did. You're not even sure if this is the same one. That was the thing about your channel, your sense, is it was like there were multiple, but they all felt the same.
Okay, I was wondering, like, with my passive perception, if I could pick up on the one that's actually talking to me, or the one that's the leader.
As far as you can tell, it's the one that's like as closest to you at the time.
Alright. I'll figure something out. Crack my neck a little bit. And I did my Constitution saving throw to make sure I got my high AC still.
Alright. Kyle, it's your turn.
What can I see now as we're getting closer?
You see these black shapes. The mist has just kind of poured in around you. Roll me a perception.
I'm great at these. I've been rolling these all night. Thank God. I'm just waiting so I can take fucking extra.
It suddenly hits you that the mist has just kind of poured out of this surrounding forest. Yes, it's covered over some houses around the base of the cliff there, and the forest beyond, or the kind of is out around this road. But you suddenly have this realization as you kind of look, glance back. Sister Sammy and to see if anything's coming around you. The mist has not gone around the abbey or the town.
You said it's just coming. At least seems to be pouring out from the forest.
It seems to be going after Aura.
Huh. Huh. Okay. I will keep a mental note of that. And just continue onward. Do I see Aura and Elliot?
Yeah, you see these two shapes. You see Elliot's blade, this flash of light and these dark shapes. You see these flashes of light as Aura's shooting. You see these dark shapes that when they shoot, there's like this plume of black smoke that trails the bullet.
Do I see these other things that were shooting at Elliot? Or well, yeah, technically Elliot too.
Every now and then, you can tell there's more than one of these creatures in there.
Yeah. Yeet. If you want me to roll it. That makes way too much sense. God damn it!
It would have been a disadvantage anyway because of the distance, I think, but...
Well, I can't throw any worse, so... That was a max damage roll, too. Fuck my life.
It's just one of those
Sorry,
days.
man.
It's just one of those days, Kyle. No worries.
This is what I get for rolling nat 20s almost every session until now.
It is what it does, man.
Alright, but yeah, it's my turn. Oh, this is gonna be a fun time already. And just keep running up to Aura. Aura. Jesus.
Aura. Yeah.
Yeah.
Orum's in a different game. He's the guy that you like, not...
Are you insinuating I don't like Aura?
Of course you love Aura. Everybody loves Aura.
Excuse me.
Okay. That's your turn. You can keep moving forward.
Yep.
As she's keeping up with you, you watch as she kind of begins chanting something while holding her holy symbol.
Okay.
Okay, Elliot.
Okay, so I stand corrected. I do have a bonus action, actually. So...
Is it smite?
something a little bit better than that. But I'll, because of my oath of a conquest, I have access to spiritual weapon. So bonus action, I'll cast that. I do not know if that hits.
Does not.
Okay. And then again to the nearest shadow. Actually, how is Aura looking, by the way?
You see a lot of shadows beginning to coalesce around him.
Does he look wounded severely?
He's shooting. He's shooting, and the flash seems to be coming from low. But you don't hear anything shooting near him. You don't hear any of the wraiths particularly shooting at him.
Alright, I'll give it another round. But to the nearest wraith, or nearest wraith towards Aura that's closest to me too. I'll be giving it 2 swings.
First one misses, second one hits.
Alright.
And again, just like that, it does seem to just split in two almost. Kind of recoalesces before fading into the mist.
Alright. Thankfully, spiritual weapon is not a concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's it for that's it for Elliot.
Alright. 18, and a 19.
So the second one will hit. 11.
That's 14 damage.
Okay. And let me just roll Constitution.
Still up.
Okay.
Kyle. I'm guessing a 20 hits. A dirty 20 hits.
Let me see. I have like a randomly +4 to my AC, and I guess it doesn't. Yeah, it hits.
Yeah, you see this one come out of the mist as you're looking, and it's more of like a wait, what's that? Before blam, and you feel it go through your shoulder, and you hear a voice. Not ready either.
Please roll me the damage. I want to reduce it.
Okay. Oh, sorry. 6.
So 3. So she kind of like, almost like reactionary as it kind of like says that, pulls back a little bit, and it kind of, I would assume probably with more skimmer.
Yeah, you just have enough time to dodge, and it's it wings the shoulder, and you're like, ow, that's blood.
Huh. God damn, I hate these fucking ghosts.
All right, your turn. Anything going on? What you doing? Still run?
I'm close enough to see them now. Am I near the boys?
Mm-hmm. You see shapes in this very thick mist coalescing around what you assume is Aura from the sounds of the shots and reloading.
There.
You see more flashes from Elliot, and something shooting at him, and the one that shot at you.
Yeet. Oh, wait, it'd be a disadvantage, right?
No, you're in range.
Okay.
If you just ran up there.
Yeah. Just fucking throws it.
All right. It hits, and you watch that thing. You watch as it actually gets hit more than you expect. But then again, you're like, oh wait, this is not like a fleshy creature. But it just kind of tears through it, and you watch it kind of just like not fully reform, but it is ragged.
Ah, God, I hate these fucking things. It's like,
Fools.
Elliot, are you alright?
I'll live, but there's something wrapping around Aura.
How far am I from Aura?
20 feet.
I'll fucking run up to it and just grab him by the shoulder. Alright, well, if you can cover my back, we probably should get running, because I don't want to deal with this.
So you're gonna run up to Aura?
Yeah, am I about to get fucking curse smacked? Oh! Oh no!
Okay, let's
I can only uncanny dodge one of those, sir.
that's
I'll wait till the roll's
20 damage on the first one. And 14 on the second.
I will half the 20 to 10. Give me 1 second, I have to add 10.
As you run up, you watch as you run up and you grab his shoulder, and suddenly you realize, one kind of missed, and then suddenly you just feel these two presences of something jammed against you, and you have just enough time to move on the first one, but the second one goes through your guts, and you're just like, oh, okay, that was stupid.
Nah, it's fine. I still have a bonus action. That's inspiring.
But as you've gotten to him, you can see, like, there's blood coming out of both of his thighs. Both of his shoulders are bleeding. He's, like, trying, like, you can see that he's struggling, like, he's got their bullets laying on the ground that are covered in his blood where he's trying to load, and his hands aren't working.
Alright, that's my temporary HP. That's gonna bonus action shift. Oh boy, 7 temp HP. That'll save me from maybe dying. We'll just grab or by the shoulder and start hoofing him. God, I hope I live through this.
You hear him, he's just, I'm probably going to need an athletics to try and move him, because he's he's restrained by the wounds.
That's cool. I'm gonna burn my inspiration for this session to fucking hopefully pick his ass up.
Oh, I forgot we hit that.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, you're able to start pulling him.
Come on, not dying here yet. And that's my turn.
Okay, she's not completed yet, but we can run this. Okay, where is it? Oh, that's right. They don't get that, do they?
Depends. Is she a cleric?
Maybe.
If you're
Or
referring to,
cleric adjacent.
I mean, depending on what you're looking for, maybe. Depending on her level or whatnot. And what she has access to.
Okay, this is not the one, but that's the one I'm going to use. As you watch as she finishes the chant and the holy symbol in her hand glows. And, let's see here. You hear... Fine. But this one belongs to me. And, you watch as the mist begins to shrink back from you, Kyle, and from her. These things kind of seem to begin, like the dark smoke that they are fades into this mist. Elliot, you see a light on the other side.
Alright, do I get a better...
As you watch as the one that you were fighting recedes as well. Like, they're just kind of like... It's like effect of smoke turning into mist, so it's going from black into white. It's kind of weird.
Okay, so 2 questions immediately is, do I see the main source of the enemy that's been attacking us?
Yes. Or what you can assume. Make me a perception.
I will do just that. Because I'm pretty sure... 20.
As you all heard the voice of "This one belongs to me," Kyle, you can make me a roll as well for perception. At advantage, because it's literally right behind you.
Considering I just ate 20 bullets, I'm pretty sure my hearing... Also, I did shift, so I'm also heightened.
Yeah, you're holding your guts in, but you know.
Nah, no. I'm repurposing my guts for a different feature.
Alright, question. Is that particular entity within reach of me?
In your movement, yes.
Okay.
But I will... I gotta find the token.
Please.
I want to use the token.
Okay.
Didn't I make a token? Did I fuck this up and not make a token?
It's okay. We have those days. Because
There's only two of us anyway, and we're barely.
I apparently derped on that, so I'm gonna use the one that I got here as an image. So let me put this on the right layer. So I'm taking up everything. Then
because the second question I was going to ask is, do I sense the channeling presence that Sister Samantha had just used?
you see it.
Okay. Ooh. Oh.
But you see this figure.
I like.
He's standing behind Aura.
All right.
Holsters one of the pistols and puts a hand on Aura's shoulder.
All right. So I'm going to use my channel divinity. I believe this is, yeah, it doesn't say anything about it being bonus or action, but I get a +10 to my attack rolls right now for this round.
Mm-hmm.
And first thing that's coming in is the spiritual weapon as the bonus action.
Okay, I know that spiritual weapon doesn't get the attack.
It just says attack rolls. I don't know, but I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice.
Okay, from the way that I read this, is it's like one attack, and you do make it afterwards. So because it does burn a full channel divinity, so it's basically like choosing to use luck after you've rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Is the way I'm going to rule this. So you can use it to give you a 23 for 6 damage.
All right, so we'll go with 13.
Or if you want to use it on your attacks.
I'm gonna go with my attack then, because
yeah, that doesn't you see it and like he kind of just steps to the side and like moves back.
All right, so let me see. All right, so first burning my inspiration for the first attack with my blade. I believe that's a crit.
Oh my god! Stop! He's
Uh,
already dead.
so I have a question. What's your rule on Divine Smite when it gets a crit? Does it do more damage?
It doubles it.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can double it.
so I'm gonna burn my second level spell slot.
Jesus Christ!
You know, I'll just ping it twice because I already made the thingamajig for that. Oh,
Miser, it's already dead. Stop it.
I don't know that. This is Elliot.
So let's see. That would be total 22,
My God.
33.
That's just the first hit. I'm gonna hit him with the second one immediately too, by the way.
All right, roll the second one.
I
All
can
right.
feel the defeat.
I'm gonna just pump that channel divinity into it for the heck of it. Okay, maybe it was overkill, but and I'll add the last Divine Smite first level that I can throw at it. Well, I still have 2 spell slots, but I just want to make sure that all that hits.
All right, Miser. Since it's your thing, you're matting up the damage. So tell me how much you did.
Okay, do I need to separate it first from slashing and
Nope.
radiant? Okay, give me 1
Well,
second.
yeah, you'll need to. Yeah.
Just that's what I wanted to ask. So let me just grab my paper because I'm faster at doing calculations with pen and paper than machine. Oh dear, is that the ambulance for the boss? There. Let's see, that's radiant. So 7, 3, 6. That's 19, 11. 8, 2, 12, 10, 16, 25, 26, 27, 29, 2, 4, 6, that's 69 radiant, and 30 slashing.
Moogle. Ah, yes, they will fight this one guy and do fine. Meanwhile, Elliot. Yes.
Okay, so how much total was the slashing?
30 slashing.
Okay, so 30 slashing, and how much radiant?
I landed on the funny number.
Yes, the funny number. And that's
You
how
did
he died.
69 points of radiant?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least that's what I calculated. I could be off by a few numbers. It was 27, 13, 6, 19, 11, 2, 12. So I
Okay,
Actually,
so
I could be off by a
you
couple.
do the math on that.
I'm sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. 7, 13, 6, 19, 11, 2, 12. 'Cause I carried the 2 over from
Okay, so you got the numbers, or?
yeah, I'll just type it down because I keep forgetting how to do the proper calculation on this thing here. What was the roll? 13 plus 7 plus 6 plus 19 plus 11 plus 2 plus 12. Is that, oh, I was off by one number. 70 radiant.
So let me get this straight. You just hit this dude for 100 points of damage.
Yes. Because I crit with the Divine Smite.
So Moogle, how you think we'll be fine with 3 people for balancing?
Well, considering this, Elliot, you hit him, and you fucking know you hit him. Even as you thought, man, I just cleaved this fucker in twain, because you hit him with everything and then circled around, figured 8, hit him. And you see these glowing lines where your sword went through him, where the smite and the radiant damage seemed to just burn. Before these 2 green eyes lock with yours as his head turns. And you watch as he holsters his pistol, pulls out a cigarette, black cigarette, lights it with this fire that comes off of his fingers. I told you you're not ready. And with that, there is this sudden feeling of a vacuum as the mist recedes with him. Kyle, you feel aura torn from your fingers as the mist disappears. This figure, almost as if the mist itself grabbed, you felt like aura turned to mist himself as it happened.
Okay.
You hear this voice. Maybe next time, boy. Maybe next time.
Elliot's just gonna look around, and he's gonna say very loudly and very clearly, and perhaps next time you won't have to be hiding behind such tricks.
Both of you roll me a perception.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm too angry right now.
I'm kind of annoyed that Aura just turned into basically mist.
Weirdly enough, just because out of your turning to look, Kyle, you notice this glint in the sun that has returned. And there, laying on the ground where he stood, you see 2 bullet or full casings and bullet. This weird black bullet in the silver colored shell. That seems to have something etched on it. Both of them.
I guess I'll pick them up.
One is your name, one is Elliot's.
Huh. I'll do light of
And they feel very, very cold. Like, the longer you hold it in your hand, the more it feels like a painful cold.
Of course, that's the fucking thing I rolled a nat 20 on to put in my bag. Fucking of course.
Story.
It makes too much sense considering her personality, actually, which is the worst.
Oh my, you're both injured.
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
I'm just typing this as well, and Ellie's going to look over to Kyle and walk over. I apologize. It seems my strike wasn't deep enough to slay it. And he will use lay on hands and heal you for 15 hit points.
No, it's fine. I just didn't even want to come personally, but I figured one of you was going to be an idiot, so...
I don't suppose that's a bad thing.
Sorry. Oh wait, because I don't think you've ever seen Kyle shifted. You do see like a lot of like her that same kind of violet energy seems to be made into a lot more like claw-like now rather than knife-like. And what else? Trying to remember. And her teeth are a lot more fanged.
Elliot, firearms user. I look over to Sister Sammy. That was impressive there.
My faith in Ezra helps. I'm sorry I couldn't help your friend.
I'm slightly to blame for this since I sent him to go get Deckham and Kyle, so I am partially to blame for this.
You know, I do think whatever was sent, I don't think it was coming for the town anyway. From what I can tell, a lot of it seemed to be coming out of the forest and specifically hunting Aura. At least what I would have looked.
No.
Oh, that's...
After you, sister.
Oh, that's very strange. Usually the mist just comes in from the borders of the town and it engulfs everything that it can.
Now, this one seemed very oddly specific, from what at least I could have seen.
I don't know much about the mists. Perhaps that rather promiscuous? I actually don't know.
We could always talk to Richard back in the inn. He might know.
Richard?
Oh, he's a
But Richard's a farmer. What
no,
Richard?
no. I'm talking about the small boy named Richard.
Oh, the other outsider that arrived with the cat.
Yes, he told me his name was Richard, and just to make sure to call him that, to also not confuse him with the farmer. God damn it! I look.
Correct.
I'm gonna roll with this joke until I die.
I'm just gonna roll along with it of, right. From what I heard, at least at the Abbey, there are some of the orphans, or at least one of them, that across a good 5 miles through.
Wow,
forest.
unless she has an advantage, goddamn, that's funny.
She does, because she knows Van Richten's name in the picture.
I don't care. I refuse to not pass on the lies that I've been told.
But oh, you never heard of a Van Richten. So anyway, I'm just gonna roll with the Richard. Don't know, but more pressing matters. There's definitely some information and people that need protecting. So yes, the child I think was Candrice. I forgot her name, but Miss Lawrence.
Oh, yes. Candace was one of the first families to be attacked.
Yes. I was hoping to ask her for more details on that, if she may have seen something, or at least whatever the children may have seen, since there may be some truth to it, or a kernel of truth within it. These
No. Very good.
things that were in this mist earlier, they were all... I picked up the presence of undead. Are we dealing with some sort of vampire problem, or plague, or some sort of creature?
As you're asking, you hear Deckham and another set of footsteps. No, they are pistol wraiths. They're likely Winchester.
I do not know either of those particular terms, but
Do you know what a wraith is?
yes, but I never heard of a pistol wraith.
Well, there's the normal wraiths, which grab you. There's another sword wraiths. There's the wraith kings. There's other wraiths. And also moon wraiths, all those things. Those happen to be pistol wraiths. They are gunfighters who have fallen in combat but can't let go.
Right, I look over to
Finishes the
Kyle.
cigarette, drops it on the ground, stomps it out.
I look over to Elf, so he had the cigarette on him, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at the cigarette and at the boy, and I say, no offense, young one, but those cigarettes will kill you much sooner than most undead. And
No.
who
Not
are
say
you
more.
now?
Now, this is Richard Elliot, the one I was telling you about.
I get the
Gotta
feeling
fucking
there's a
take
story
this man
behind
off.
this. But, changing subjects for a brief moment, is the cartridges there, or did you take both of them?
You didn't see him.
Yeah,
Kyle
'cause I
pocket
literally sleight of handed that way too hard.
Okay.
Right now I have a very sneaking suspicion of mostly everyone in this town, and I didn't want anyone else to see them.
That's perfectly fine. But, Ellie will just ask, were you able to see anything or notice anything peculiar, Kyle, since you're better at seeing things that I don't usually tend to focus on?
Not in particular. I did kind of see, like I said, aura fade into literal nothingness. I have to roll Deception. Technically,
No.
I did. Okay.
You don't need to.
Have
He's,
either of you said Aura's name in front of Van Richten?
What's up?
Have either of
Huh?
you said Aura's name in front of Van Richten?
No, I think me saying aura. This is the first time I actually have said it.
Wait. Did you say Aura?
yes.
Yeah?
Was he a gunslinger?
Yes.
You know, had one
Yes.
of these? Yes, that was definitely Winchester.
What is this Winchester?
He's a Dark Lord that appeared a while ago. Well, champion. New realm appearing. And, your friend, apparently not the first time he's been through this. I can't really say anything because of that fucking problem. But, looks like Winchester's upping his game.
Huh.
Meaning?
Meaning you'll either see Aura again, or you won't.
Wait, then how the hell are we supposed to even go home?
I mean, what makes you assume you're getting home from here?
You don't know
My faith in
Callisti.
St. Kuth
Oh, sorry,
birth.
sorry.
Oh, you're from Zedland.
Ellie will just give kind of a quick look of it's of who is this kid again?
This is Richard.
My name is Rudolf van Richten, thank you.
No, we're just calling him Richard. And it's funny to watch.
Unfortunately, never heard of either of those names.
Meanwhile, Richard the farmer in there. Yeah.
Richard the farmer. I shit myself again.
I'm not. I'm
Not coming for you. You don't have any kids, damn it. You should
Just
quit
so you
shitting
know.
on my floor.
You know, Moogle. I'm not changing this. I'm gonna
I
keep
know.
calling him Richard. All right.
I know. It's funny to me, too.
I figured, but I'm eventually gonna get punched in the face for it, and I know I will.
I'm just going to slowly sheath my sword back into the hilt.
So, Richard.
He just glares at you.
He just doesn't care at this point.
You get used to it, Rudolph. If that is your first name.
Oh my god. I don't know if Richard is worse than that, actually.
You get used to her after a while.
Oh no, I call him Richard because he comes off like a dick.
I figured as much.
For a moment, you see, like, he's offended, and he's like, guess I do.
It all makes sense now.
Granted, I'm 3 times your age, probably, so...
Wait. As he actually says that, Elliot looks right at him, he's like... And
Just
then
in my
look,
previous life, I was about, let's see, 320?
Oh, so you're like an elf at this point.
I'm gonna look
Yeah,
over...
except for the whole reincarnation thing. I'm even back to being a 15-year-old. Do you know what it's like having your voice crack? Again?
No. Because I never had to experience it.
I'm
Except
gonna
all the
look
time
over
when my
to...
voice goes like that.
I'm gonna look over to Sister Sammy, and it's definitely the... Is this one serious? As, I kind of murmur it, or mouth it.
I don't really know. He came in with the strange hat woman that is much more feline than... Wait, are you goat? I don't mean to be offensive.
No. Cat. Everything else is just kind of, let's just say, vampire experimentation with fun magic.
I stopped trying to figure that out a while ago.
I thought she was just a fucked up shifter.
I mean, you're technically not wrong.
I am curious, but this boy is not an undead, is he?
No. He hasn't
No.
tried to eat off my face or anything.
He's a human.
Supposedly he's also a vampire hunter. Points at his
Yeah.
pistol.
I will take a better look at this, Ricardo.
Oh no, Richard. He's about to get fucking pummeled by the Dampier.
It's mostly just looking at his gear and everything else to see if he actually is a legitimate hunter, as he calls himself.
As you get close, you smell blood. You smell vampire blood. You smell a lot of different types of blood that are old.
Either you or any...
And you actually, there is one, at one point you kind of smell this thing that just suddenly is like, okay, that's anti-vampire material because it's a very specific herb that you've been told about, but even you being a half vampire, like, okay, that's an instant migraine.
Either you're a very convincing con artist, Or you are who you say you are, legitimately a vampire hunter.
I don't know. What's a 80-year-old half-blood doing? Or did he go by his Daywalker? I haven't really kept up with the lingos.
Dampier is much easier.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'm slightly convinced, but I don't know who you really are, or rather, I don't know this name you go
I'm
by.
more curious if you're Ardentis. Considering you have a sword that matches the description, you have dark skin that matches the description, and I find you here on the Isle of Cicero, where I've been led to believe he disappeared. But you are clearly not him, because he was a full-fledged vampire by the time he made it anywhere.
So I've been hearing. Unfortunately, I know nothing of the previous owner of the sword. It was handed to me at the... and I personally forgot the name of the harbor at the moment, and I don't want to go through my notes.
Bell's Harbor.
Bell's Harbor. Handed to me at Bell's Harbor by an assistant of a Lord Grey.
You see him kind of just turn and spits. At least Lord Grey isn't so worst one, I'd say.
Well, I figured he was a bit more tilt his head civilized than the other one that was trying to make a deal with us and use us for a political gain.
The problem is that most vampires might start out noble. They tend to turn evil eventually. But then again, I'm very jaded about the whole thing, vampires killing most of my family.
Oh, cool. We have something in common, except I just hate my family.
You
Yeah,
have
except
my
I'm not a bitch.
condolences.
Alright, you're an asshole instead, I forgot.
Right, you both have my condolences. Unfortunately, I can't really have a say much in the blood that flows in my veins. That being said, our presence here was detailed by, well, one would call it fate. As for again, the identity, or apparently what everyone seems to be mistaking me for this other individual, I don't know. Nor am I really that keen on learning about that individual, since, well, I spent my near 8 decades of life not knowing my birth parents. I think I can go on for the rest of whatever my lifespan can go without it. I'm more focused on helping the others who are less fortunate.
Sorry, go ahead. I don't know if Uncle Ricky...
No, Vendrickton, he just kind of hums about it.
So,
He's kind of kept his eyes locked on with Elliot's.
And Ellie's been also staring right at him too.
so Richard, you wouldn't happen to be wanting to add another person to the family line, Kyle says, kind of like nudging him as a joke.
Unfortunately, joke does not even fly or cross Elliot's mind.
That's not what she was getting at with that. I know it. She was nudging Richard for some alluding to something else, but
Why would you... what?
there we go.
You get used to
Tension?
it.
Tension has now been disturbed. I'm going into the bar for a drink. You two can have your fun time out there. Good luck. Wait, is the bar still locked?
You hear a familiar tabaxi voice. Come on, the mist is gone. I don't trust you!
Oh my god. Literally just like...
actually you hear a set of bells. Oh, never mind. There's the bells.
I still want to do this just for the
Oh,
flavor
okay,
of
yeah.
her, like, pulls out the tools and, like, just unlocks the door as he's opening it. Like, he goes to move the latch and it's just, like, opened already.
Damn it, Richard! I told you to lock that shit. I
You-
did.
Just walks in.
I'll just look to the boy who claims to be Van Richten. You get used to her. Or don't. That being said, I don't
Do you
suppose.
understand my ability to tolerate things when you meet my... No, she's a niece.
I don't know what
Believe me, there's no blood relation, entirely adopted. And no, I'm not trying to get with her. Friends don't
I love
even
how
weird
you bringing
shit.
that up.
You know, from advice of one of your youngsters, it's best not to talk too much or you're digging a grave. In the figural sense.
On the other hand, cutting things off to the past before anyone has a chance to ask them also fixes problems.
That would work too. Right, that being said, and shifting gears of actual topic of duress, you mentioned about this Winchester being a Dark Lord champion or whatnot. Why was it so interested in getting aura rather than, I don't know, other things?
The fact is, I've heard about this before. It wasn't long ago that Aura graced my path. Well, the previous one. Did he, I don't know, you probably never saw it. He didn't show them off the last time. I can't really tell you anything, because that power does extend beyond and blots out. You would have to go to talk to someone like, I don't know, it's a fucking swamp witch to find out.
Elliot, just very much like a exasperated eyes shut moment, takes a deep breath. That witch wouldn't
It's the
have to
rules
be.
of this place if you haven't been informed about the game.
No. So far I've been as resistant of playing this cat and mouse game
Understandable.
as a
Especially of a man of faith. I understand that you understand against it.
yes,
So do I.
by the light of St. Cuthbert, yes. Considering that we managed to at least get one child out of this dreadful realm.
Wait, what? And how exactly did you do that?
Help from a peculiar Duskhaven?
The other tabaxi.
Yes.
She's almost as insufferable as my niece. All the fucking questions. I mean, God, I gave her 2 copies of my book and my niece's books. The whole fucking library.
She didn't seem as insufferable to me as you describe her to be.
You didn't met her 5 years ago.
That can be one
Back when
way.
she had the same questions you probably have.
Possibly. But I tend to more focus on what exactly I need to get done and to accomplish to get at least my comrades out of here. And they're ones that they care about as I look over to Deckham. My
He
own
looks
pair.
back.
Hmm?
As Deckham looks back.
Yeah, no, I'm just nodding like, yeah, I'm trying to see if I get you and Kyle at least out of here as well. Or at least get you guys out of here priority. But again, Elliot will continue in an odd way now that he kind of perceives that this boy is not really a boy, but since he ran out of divine senses, he's not 100% sure if this is actually an undead in front of him, but he'll keep peaceful negotiations and just add of, yes, well, wherever the light of Cuthbert leads me, I will simply follow the faith and provide aid whenever possible. Considering that this land of, or at least this town and the abbey are plagued by some beast within the mist, and I hope to offer my aid in some capacity that I'm able to.
He kind of looks at you, kind of looks at sister, and then looks at Sister Sammy. And you can see that he's kind of... It's like he's trying to read her and what his words are. Or he looks back to you. Be careful that you know your own weaknesses. And don't let your own faith end up being your downfall, yeah? Seems that with a lot of people, isn't it?
Well, if my fate leads me on the path of saving others, then I simply accept that.
That's not the name of the game here. The name of the game is corruption.
As I understand it, I will do what I can to remain true to my path. Now then, considering that we're all standing out here, perhaps we can return to the inn for a brief moment, gather our wits, and I look over
That
to
sounds delightful.
I look over to Sister Samantha. I did spoke with the Mother Superior, and there were some rooms available for at least, I guess now, 3 of us. As I look over to Deckham and then to the direction that Kyle left, I'm starting to wonder if that might have been a bad idea, though.
Will you be joining us for lunch, which will be in, she looks up at the sky, within the hour? I wanted to make sure if I need to have them set a place for you.
No, not
Or I
likely.
guess 2.
Not likely. If anything, make sure to provide the proportions to the children. They are the ones that are in more need of food.
Very well. We will wait for you.
Thank you. We
He
should
takes
be...
the basket from Deckham that he brought up with him. Thank you, Mr. Deckham. You're
Tally-ho.
welcome.
Also, Ellie was just at, we may be arriving there within perhaps 3 to 4 hours, likely, before dusk, hopefully. I think...
I would not stay out past it. That's when the mist does roll in.
Agreed. But I suppose we have much to discuss as I look over to Van Richten's direction, and I believe there are some things that we are not quite aware of.
Very well. Ezra be with you.
May the light of St. Cuthbert guide you. And I'm just going to make my way around.
So I guess Kyle's just kind of sitting there. This will be before. And what exactly do I owe the pleasure?
Well, my understanding is... Oh god, I got her voice wrong. Yeah, my understanding is you got my poor white dragon boy's eyes back.
I mean, seemed nice enough, and Didn't really mind. Happened to be in the neighborhood. Just read the book. Might have burned my own eyes out for a little bit.
While also being chased by a massive undead creature.
That happened too.
Oh, where was that? I mean, we've been looking for those things for years now.
A mansion that supposedly, I guess, is gone now?
The Cross Manor, yes.
Assuming it was its
You
own.
watch Van Richten pull out a book. So finally that shithole's gone.
Yes, Alexa Cross was harvesting women from various...
Yeah. Weirdly kind of knew about that one. Was on the list, but didn't seem as important considering how few women look like her. So,
Well, we were unfortunate enough that one of our traveling companions was of similar look.
indeed, Mistress K was a splitting image of her.
At least we took care of it, though, for the most part.
And you said the island sank after you defeated her. Yeah?
Collapsed. Mostly got lost into the mist.
Swallowed in water, yes.
I can go down the whole list of everything that happened.
I mean, granted, it did felt an odd sense of satisfaction of striking down that evil heretic, blasphemy woman that betrayed the faith of Cuthbert.
Oh god, he's doing it again.
If I had a silver for every time a holy man has gone off like that.
Oh, trust me, he already smashed an idol and almost got us killed while we were in the Cross Manor.
I do not regret that.
I had a nickel for every time that happened. I'd have 6. Which isn't a lot, but...
God damn it! I fucking hate you!
Upon hearing the nickel, Ellie just go like, what does the iron or the metal nickel has anything to do with this?
It's a saying, but I guess we replace it with silver. They do use nickels in Paragon.
Why does everyone keep talking about Paragon like it's some weird, out of the box?
Because it's
kind of-
probably the third most, what is they call it, modern city in the domains.
I'm sure you and Deckham appreciate these modern cities more than I would.
They're hit or miss depending, as long as they're not assholes running them.
Considering your wide, broad perspective of assholes, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific as to what types should not be running a city.
He really does have an anal fixation, it seems like.
Sadly, no. But you can eat
Snowy just
your
kind of
own.
like, wait, what?
Don't worry, I have a nickname for Snowy too. I'm just waiting for it to like come up naturally.
Of course, Elliot's seeing now the tabaxi woman here. I take it you're this niece of this individual.
Yeah.
He's also very
Pause
horny.
on Weathermay Foxglove, otherwise known as Snowy. Nice to meet you, Tall Dark, and didn't catch your name.
Elliot Ptolemy.
Oh, great, you. Well, thanks. Okay, that? Nope, not after the last time.
I am
What happened last time?
confused.
Well, between, what was her name, Alexandra, and the Ismark situation, von Strahd, and, fucking Escher, I was so glad that I was able to turn that man into ashes, piss in them, and then throw them in a cave.
Huh. Alright then. Just gonna ignore that completely.
I mean, have you ever met a, like, overly flamingly gay vampire? And I mean, not even one that's just on fire. I mean, just...
Actually,
like, annoyingly. I know a lot of people who are gay. That man made it a problem.
yeah, there was a lot.
I'm just going to incite this because I'm very confused as to what is she getting at.
she's horny. That's all I'm getting at.
No, she's complaining that Escher was so obnoxious that she hated him.
And Elliot is just going to simply state, I unfortunately don't know how this all relates to me in whatever manner you are speaking of, but since
No, I just, yeah, vampires. No, I Major 10 off, sorry.
Yes, well,
I mean, I'm
regardless,
sure you're nice and all. Don't get me wrong, because, you know, Uncle Ricky hasn't stabbed you yet, but I say not to call me that.
No, you gotta call him Richard. I'm pretty sure he likes that more.
oh my goodness, there's actually two of them now.
It was a mistake, but the best kind.
As Elliot now just simply adds,
You know, Richard might not be a bad... Shut up, Snowy.
Right.
But don't worry, I have a nickname for most people here.
Miss Snowy, as I am still quite confused of your wordings, but I think I understand what you are getting at. I took the vow of celibacy, so
I mean, she said she doesn't want to do anything with things anyway, so you're fine one way or the other.
as I was referring to the fact that even if I was not of my blood or whatnot,
You know, now I'm just sad. I mean, you gotta be what? 60? 70 with the ways that everything is?
79, it'll be my 80th year of life.
It was close. You see Rudolph. Yeah, you
almost
have to check for the eye lines, remember? Oh, right, right. I mean, that just sucks. I mean, I couldn't imagine going. Well, let's see. You're down here, so that was. You would have come of age at the moment time, so. Like 62 years of. Or more of not. You watch is like. You know, she's only got up one eye, but she starts getting that 1,000-yard, like, wide eye cat stare that's just like. Mind blown.
Alright, so for now.
Oh, sorry. I just couldn't imagine going 60 days, let alone 60 years. Oh.
Considering that I never actually had.
Oh my god.
Right. I suppose you all are under the impression I'm some sort of blood-sucking fiend or something. As I
Originally I was, yes.
Yes, and the fact that I have to repeat myself is somewhat irksome, but it makes sense, considering the...
If you haven't realized, you're in the domains of dread. So there's probably more vampires per capita than there are... Well, no, actually, I take that back. No, there's still a lot of fucking vampires.
Right, and...
Like fucking vampires, or?
Yeah? Especially those.
If I can avoid going to that... What was that place again in Bell Harbor?
My first life, my first 20 years was trying to determine the difference between a succubus and a vampire.
What was the name of the vampire bar? Because we only
The Night
was
Carnival.
where they
Or,
yeah, I think it was called the Night Carnival or something of that nature.
Nocturna Carnival.
Yeah,
Oh
Nocturnal
yeah,
Carnival.
Nocturnal Carnival.
It's somewhere in my notes, but I don't want to go searching for it right now, but...
Yeah.
Elliot just goes...
Nocturna Carnival.
Elliot just goes, yes, that place. If I can avoid going to that place ever again, I will most certainly will do so. But to the point in all my years of life, I had not drank blood or fed on humans or other creatures of the like.
I mean, I couldn't smell any on you, so I was, so. I mean, that wasn't the problem. I just, you know what? You have this thing of celibacy, so you really don't understand. She looks at Kyle. You get it right, when you have there's that thing, and there's, that one thing when you're on a date, suddenly it's like, nope, this isn't going anywhere. It's nothing personal. It really isn't. I see fangs on a humanoid, and it isn't, supposed to have them naturally, and it's just, dry as in as in the desert. Just
Like,
dry as in Vecna's face.
Oh my god. I kind of get where you're coming from, but do understand that where I'm coming from, I was used as essentially a toy for vampires, so...
Again, my deepest condolences. Your plight.
It's whatever at this point. You see, you're just kind of getting sullen a little bit, like, nothing much you can do about it.
And I look at this creature over here, this human.
Oh yes, that's actual Richard, or Farmer Richard that everyone
Is he listening in on our conversation?
He is just wide-eyed staring at all you like, oh, fuck.
Farmer Richard really hit it back.
Who are these weirdos? Why are they here?
Ellie's just gonna
There's shit coming out of my pants.
Ellie's just going to very passively tell the gentleman there, would you mind giving us space? You're not a inclusive member of this, and
Oh, yeah, sorry about the shit.
I'm just gonna roll this too while I'm at it.
Also, I guess...
As you do that, you hear the slants. Oh, god damn it. God damn it, Richard, I told you to get the fuck out of my bar.
See, this is why I named him Richard.
I don't think the... Let's go with let's call him just Van Richten for the time being. I don't think this Van Richten here...
The
Is
moving
the type.
tables.
Oh yeah.
I'm in agreement of that.
Nope. Hold on, I gotta...
You got a little too...
Yeah, there we go. I jumped up on the table because I was too excited. Alright, so you said your name was Snowy. Correct.
I mean, unless you want to pay me, 5
No,
cents to
no.
find out why.
No. I
Why
was
are you
thinking of
called
some...
Snowy? You don't seem to be of the snow type.
No, I know. I can guess
She
why.
just gets like the
Yeah.
most like smug grin, like oh. And you see Van Richten just he does the full face palm, and it's just like, oh god, no.
Ellie was gonna walk into that eventually.
No,
He walks
I...
over.
Oh, no.
Because you took your oath, I'm going to give you this one for free. Just trust me. No problem. As she reaches up, gently grabs your face on the side of your head,
Oh, wait,
and
I'm sorry.
very gently brings your face down onto her chest as she pulls her shirt open. See?
What? Is he not gonna...
Because it's like snow on mountain peaks.
Oh my god. Is he about to fucking smite this woman?
Yeah,
he is.
You see his hand going very close, or edging closer to that blade. Is like, could you please let go of me, ma'am? I got the message now.
Bless your soul.
My
There's actually like all three can feel the radiating anger coming out of him.
As a final thing, she does like give you a small peck on your forehead as she lets you
Oh
go.
no. Oh no.
I see what you mean, Mr. Van Richten.
Yeah. I didn't believe in astrology, and then she told me she was born under a sign of lust. She sits there. Yep. That's famous.
Alright,
So this is gonna be done to himself because
Of course.
this is just his own way of fighting against temptation.
Is he gonna punch his bone?
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Smite on my dick.
No, he's gonna place his hand on the table, and I'm just gonna roll this here for a second.
Is he
He
gonna
does ha-
cast
he does-
Hallowed Ground?
No. Do I need to roll anything for I'm just gonna hit myself basically, so it's just gonna be the damage roll. Okay?
Okay, I see. He's a masochist. That makes sense.
Nope. Well, kind of. Just to just to focus off the temptation. Just focus on the pain.
Hey, that's but oh wait, was that the table of squeaks?
Ellie, are you sure that's the right way to satiate lust?
No, it's to distract myself from it.
That means he's always just touching himself. She says, just kind of like crossing her arms, like, this guy is weird.
Right. I intend to keep my vows.
That, I guess, yeah, whatever. Like, Kyle's trying to process all this at the moment.
I am
Put
so
it
glad
this-
my vows involve nothing like that.
If I were to put into more scientific manners for one such as yourself, if I were to not keep my particular vows, I would most likely be indulging in the more vampiric side of my nature.
You do that, I'm gonna put a blade in your head. I hope you know that.
I hope you will, because even I wouldn't be that happy at all.
I mean,
Or have you not
besides
realized?
the fact that you're clearly one of them, what's they call them back? Paladins? Yeah.
Yes, and Kyle, I would expect nothing less, considering that I suppose you were too busy seeing all the naked flesh in that particular cesspool of a place, but I was rightfully uncomfortable being there, and it took all my willpower not to smite the damn vampire in front of me.
Oh, is it Nocturne? Yeah, is that place is. Yeah, is that, You know, I thought Strahd had some fucking weird kinks, but, yeah, is that place? Ooh.
Alright, well,
Considering
Did you meet someone who likes to have his skin peeled off and put back on? 'Cause that one was fucking weird.
we saw them, but I would like to not think about that.
neither do I.
Have a
Did you know he was actually twins? They swap skin every now and then.
You know, the more you talk, the less I like you. That's just a personal thing.
I'm
told that I have something with attention, and it's a deficiency, and hyperactivity, and it's a thing, yeah.
once again, I'm also in the reluctant agreements with Kyle.
What do you mean reluctant? She kind of just looks at him.
Because sometimes your way of thinking clashes with my own way of thinking. But considering that
Okay, that's completely understandable.
But considering that you, I, Deckham, and unfortunately whoever happened to Aura are in a mess dealt with this particular pirate that apparently his name must not be uttered as much as I would say Magnolia.
God damn it.
Who the fuck is Magnolia?
Magula, Doga, whatever his name is.
Argulius, right.
Yes, whatever that
Wait,
name
you
is.
mentioned it. Oh. You're part of
my
her
God.
plan, aren't you?
Part of whose plan
Wait,
now?
what? The tabaxi, the short cat one.
Yes.
Palisti, that's right.
Apparently so.
As Venricton just looks at you all now, a little bit more interested.
Should we be worried since everyone that we talk to seems to be mistrusting or jaded towards her? At least from what Sindra was telling us from before.
I'm more curious as to how is that everyone seems to know each other when I've been under the impression you're not supposed to be able to cross these domains or realms that easily.
No, we were told we could cross them. It's just you might end up somewhere randomly.
That's
You
exactly
don't know
what
You
where
see
you're going.
a difference than the mainland. On the mainland, crossing a border can put you back in the same domain, in a domain completely across from the mainland. In the mainland 300 years later, 400 years earlier, 500 years earlier.
Elliot gestures his hand
I
toward
think, what was his
what
name
he said.
mentions that there was one that you could really fuck up and ends up walking out a... Well, if you went a man, you came out a woman.
Huh. Is there ways to navigate this then without it being such a pain in the ass?
Well, easily if you're Vistani blood or having, Nenricht, and you watch as he kind of pulls up his sleeve a little bit. You get one of these by being blessed by a Vistana fortune teller.
Sadly, I don't think we met any of these things you call Vistanis. Kinda in the dark on that. Actually, that is a question. We haven't met
There's
any
an entire
Vistani.
island of them to the south. Well, relative south. But you won't find too many in the sea except for, well, you don't really want to run into him. He's not technically, I mean, he is a Vistani, so he's allowed to move, but I believe the term is some term for it. But it's, for yours, it'd be exiled.
Ah, alright, don't talk to exiled Vistani. Got it. Like, she looks like she's writing down in an imaginary notebook.
If our quest demands that we deal with such an individual, then so be it. But if not, then it is of no consequences for the time being. That being said, do you know, I suppose you know more about what's going on with these mists in the town, or...
No, that is actually kind of an interesting problem. We've been here for 3 weeks. I have no idea what is going on with this. The monsters are not lycanthropes, they're not vampires, they're not mistlings, they're not, All the tests I run on the hair and blood says they're human. But not. So is that weird problem? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here.
You did notice a slight pattern of the fact that these windows are broken from inside going out.
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. Really bad.
Could it be possible that something is... He looks around for a brief moment. That the townspeople themselves are being turned by the mist.
Either that or it's Jiangxi, which would make weird amount of sense, but they would be coming in as mist, attacking everyone. To be honest, the thing that's actually bothering me is why are they not attacking the children?
2 questions. Have there been any remains?
No, there have been wounds that have led to blood, but there has been... The only remains that we find are things stuck to windows, nails, broken wood, the signs of fights.
But no bodies.
We found
left
something
behind.
where it looked like one of the parents of people attacks the other with a old sword, but quickly succumbed to something from the ways that it was left.
And the children, or at least the ones that did not make it to the Abbey, were they in town with their families or out in the grounds?
It's my understanding the first he looks and Snowy pulls out a notebook. Ah, yes, let me see here. So children that went missing from outside the town went missing when their parents did. No sign of them, no struggle, nothing that looked like they had been attacked. And all of the children that we have been able to talk to with the sisters being very protective. Especially that Samantha. She's very protective of the children. Very hard to treat her.
Perhaps.
Question. Sorry. Did Sam go into the thing and then upstairs, or did she just go outside, around the outside?
She went back to the. She went back
When
to
you
the
guys split on the road, she went back to the Abbey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ellie did say he was going to drop by over there within 2 or 3 hours before dusk.
Oh, I figured.
So,
I didn't know
Elliot-
if she was still in town or not.
No, she went to the Abbey. Ellie would
Okay.
just go. I do hope that your approach to requesting the aid of the children was not as blunt. The gestures toward Snowy and then to Van Richten, as you are with us.
No, for one, you're adults, and second of all, I don't do well with children.
I mean, you look like a child, Richard. Couldn't you just blend in with them?
Kyle,
He lights. He literally is like lights up another cigarette. Yeah, I fit in so well.
And don't smoke.
Also, they know everyone on the island.
also, Kyle, if you look at his demeanor and everything, I do not think the children would be that accepting of someone that has a mature heir to them. Since I was there, you are not been to the Abbey, so
I think it's less the children being accepting and more the sisters probably being less accepting.
again,
I almost got through to what's her name, the Lawrence child, but
yes. Speaking of that, I actually
Samantha was very well. The Mother Superior was much more aggressive about that one.
yes, which I think all three of you are feeling the concept of just approaching in a different manner. I already spoken to the mother sister Evelyn, I believe her name was.
Yeah, the Mother Superior.
Yes, if I could speak with the child at her preference of time, not the Mother Superior, but the child. And if anything, to share whatever story she wishes to speak to me about. Also to give assistance to the Abbey, however they need help of. I don't suppose either of you two had offered to aid, or did you just went there kicking the door and asking, or rather demanding for questions and answers?
I did try to approach them.
May I ask
They
how?
gave the same response that your horned friend there gave us about me. No, what is a 15-year-old boy going to do? Let alone kind of motions towards Snowy. They didn't take kindly to her.
I can understand why.
And I gather now information in my own way. Already investigating the areas that have been attacked, all of that. You go about it your way. I do it mine. Because this is really, I mean, we were here for a vampire, not for, whatever this shit show is, you know? That being said,
two things.
I don't know if you've been told this, but don't trust anyone.
Yes, the Duskhaven said that to us.
Yeah, trust me.
That being
Last
said,
time I had to deal with an abbot, he tried to kill all of them. Well, her group. The Dragonborn and all of that, and my daughter.
Just out of general curiosity, even though you said not to trust anyone, should we even trust you?
no.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean,
Elliot immediately said that because he still remember the information that was dropped on them by Syndra, but he's not going to say that out loud. Anyway,
Yeah.
Elliot was just, again, still
I will
being
tell you this. I don't trust you. I've just met you.
And this is crazy.
I have no reason to trust you at all. You have no reason to trust me. Other than the fact that I have devoted now 2 lives to killing monsters. And her? She was raised into this. So, trust us or not, we don't really care. Most people don't trust us. We kind of get used to that. You know, if you haven't noticed, the barkeep keeps staring at us.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess, is there some, as they like, as much as it is kind of ironic with it, is there at least some truth to what he's saying? On, like, I'm trying to look if he's trying to, like, lace his words with, like,
half-truths.
yeah, pretty much.
He is, like, you, with a 23, you realize that you are talking to definitely someone who has spent a long enough period of his life and has lost enough shit people in it that he doesn't have the patience to lie about it.
Alright, well,
Like, he is you get that feeling of, like, that, you know, war veteran who's like, I seen shit, and you just,
mhm.
you know,
I
he
completely
is,
understand that mentality.
yeah.
Elliot
He's
Okay.
just like, I'm not telling you to trust me. I don't care if you fucking trust me. I have a job to do. I do it very well. And
Yeah,
I'm going to keep doing it whether you like me or not.
Okay.
Yeah, Elliot's just
Alright.
gonna add something as he says this. That's fine. We don't need to trust each other as persons or individuals, but at the very least, I will trust in your expertise of handling the creatures of this particular place. But considering you may have more unique perspective on asking questions or looking for something of clues, since I will have a chance to talk to the child, will there be any questions you would like inquired?
He kind of sits there, thinks for a moment, takes a drag on the cigarette.
Those things are going to kill you. Again, most likely.
Nope, that was the case. What I would honestly be looking for, if it were me, and if I had the preparations for it, but you would also have to be in a situation that would allow for it, and I don't think she would allow that. Again, maybe just me not trusting people that follow Ezra, especially considering she came from Darkon.
Which one came from Darkon?
Evelyn, Laura, and Samantha. All 3 of them, they supposedly escaped some crusade.
We were told by Callisti not to trust any of the Ezra from Darkon, weren't we?
Is that
I actually remember that.
Kyle saying it, or is that Mariner?
Well, I could tell technically, because of my mind link. Hold on, let me roll my hours. So I have to reestablish this again. Where is my thing? Because I haven't used this. Fuck, I'll just roll my d6 for the hours. As she kind of says into your mind, since you're the only one that she technically would want to mind bound with. We were told by Callisti not to trust any Ezra people from Darkon. Or at least that they were probably the worst if we were to ever deal with them.
Considering that she also withheld information from us, we should also not take everything at face value.
Oh, I
If-
don't.
If they
Right.
had fled from Darkon, perhaps they have also been refugees from their own faith. that does tend to happen at times. But yes, I suggest we do keep on guard because I suspect that Samantha, or Sister Samantha, has abilities similar to my own.
The ability to punch ghosts, and that's more out loud.
Again, resuming the mind while talking to Van Richten. So to Van Richten, you'll just ask, right, but any particular questions you would ask the child? Since you are a expert monster hunter, you would no doubt be looking for clues. Then to Kyle, he will simply think, no, she has abilities similar to that of my oath, or at least I suspect that she is a paladin of some sort. Speaking of, there's, well, the Abbey is definitely a holy ground, and I sense the presence of a celestial, something I might have to ask this Van Richten about.
Henriken has that.
Hmm?
It wouldn't be asking a question. I'd be trying to find out if their memories have been changed.
Then what clues would you look for if their memories have been changed?
I mean, granted, there's going to be trauma. They are children, so they may have blocked it out, but the rumor has it none of the children remember seeing the monsters get in, only that they were suddenly there. The parents were already gone, and they ran. Or awakening and seeing one parent. They've never seen the parents taken. They never saw anything. Really.
Sometimes the obvious answer is the one that's most hardest to accept, which might be the fact that the parents were transformed, either by their own will or forcibly so.
No, that is a working theory.
Speaking of working theories, or at least a notable clue that perhaps you may or may not have found, but I felt the presence of a celestial, downgraded perhaps, in the Abbey.
Oh, Sister, what's the pink-haired one?
Yes,
Yeah, she's,
an Azamir.
yeah, that's the word. Yeah. I picked up about that.
Well, considering that I and my companions will be staying a night at the Abbey, perhaps we might be able to find some clues for you two to perhaps ponder over. And you may be able to indulge us with some more information that we might be able to trust in the expertise of handling this and helping these individuals in some capacity.
He kind of looks around. I hear that, Sister Tabitha is quite the talker. If you get what I'm saying. Anyway, come on.
Yes.
It was a good meeting you. Hope you don't die and all that.
Later, Richard.
He flips you off as he walks out. Snowy
Like,
turns.
as he's saying that.
Winks her one eye at Elliot. Blows him a kiss.
No,
Blows you a kiss. Blows Deckham a kiss.
does not say anything, but he'll just add to Van Richten, says, to a good third life, I guess.
Second.
Oh wait, fuck! I forgot to say something before Snare left. And you too, Yuki. Fucking doesn't even notice. Pog.
Well, this is Yuki.
Well, it's technically a shortening of Yuki Gaforu, which just means snowy from a different language.
Ah, I see.
I definitely didn't look up what snowy meant in Japanese.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Why are you calling it? Oh, damn it, you do. Yeah. I literally.
Well, Kyle?
Okay, I'm gonna put this out just meta-wise. I actually have another character. I'm like, how the hell did you know about Yuki Yui, my white tabaxi paladin?
My brain went to Yukiona, but
No, it's Yuki Gafuru is basically snowy in Japanese, and I just shorthanded it to Yuki.
that's perfectly fine.
Which is
Yeah,
kind
Yuki
of funny.
means snow.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell, Kyle has a lot of Japanese origin to her design. Just
Both character and player are ignorant
Yeah, I know.
to
I figured you were as a person, so, and Elliot wouldn't really matter.
as a person, the only thing that came to mind when I heard Yuki was Yukiona, the demon, Japanese demon.
Isn't she also technically like snow or ice based though?
Yeah.
Yuki Onna is the white woman of the winter.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Ona is like a shorthand for just a snow devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Or
the
like
one that will trap travelers who travel in winter.
Oh, isn't that like what's her name? The Pokemon. One of the Pokemon is based off of Jinx.
Yep.
Also Frostlass.
Oh yeah, the one that traps people in ice just to keep them as decorations.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Back on topic.
getting back to the game because we broke immersion.
Nah, we do that way too much. We're fine.
Yeah, so unfortunately Jeebus is not here to play as Deckham, but Ellie's going to look at both of you guys. Well, considering that we are down one person, and I deeply regret sending him out to go pick you up and leading me into that situation without realizing it. What do you think? Do you think we can handle this situation, or should we make a retreat?
We already dealt with a literal ghost in the house and giant man stomping around, so we were one person up. I think we could probably manage this. Give this like a solid, on a scale of 1 to 10, about like a solid 4. Got it.
I was going to say a 6, or expecting you to say a 6.
No. This is about considering that we're also down a person and we're running basically blind at this point.
Yes, I don't like the jaded attitude of the old man trapped in the boy's body.
Usually it'll grow on you, but I don't think he'll grow that tall anymore.
Well, considering with all the frustration he's probably suffering from with the points in the direction of where Snowy was sitting at, the clearly obscene one. At the very least, they might be useful in our quest.
Knowing people is always at least good, but considering how messed up this land seems to be getting every time we walk into anyone, don't know.
I am more concerned as the fact that these people know each other and we have just been added into this chessboard, apparently. As Richard, as you call him.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
As Richard, as you are calling him, and I might just consider calling him that too, kept saying about playing the game and such, which I'm sure you know full well that the only vile creatures that like to play games are vampires.
Yeah, the way I see it is, as long as we don't turn ourselves into pawns in this place, don't lose our own moral values and our compass, think we should make it out of here mostly unscathed.
Guys, see that Elliot cracking his hands after he hit it with the maul to focus only on the pain. And yes, as you notice, that Elliot is mostly clothed. The only thing that's not clothed is his head, neck and head.
Jesus. Well, we should probably make our way to the Abbey. I think I hear the train coming before the bells are going and everything. And I
Agreed.
don't plan on running up the hill. Again.
I suppose we should eat something before we go. I did say.
Yeah, probably.
I did tell them that we will not be joining them for lunch.
Well, I did pay them a gold, so they probably still owe me, like, pretty much the whole economy of this town.
Right. Just look over to where the empty bar there is, and I'm just going to shout, "Is there any food for us to eat?"
Yeah, just let me get the shit cleaned off the floor. Fucking Richard. I'm sorry.
Second Richard, please remove yourself from this bar if you are going to defecate it.
Okay.
Now.
I'm not wanted here.
Yes, now. And I will roll intimidation if I must.
I'm scared.
Please don't. I don't want him to shit on the floor again.
Oh,
Thank God.
it was just a 12.
I don't wish for this man to defecate.
He's
on the floor.
already into wit's end. You hear it the wettest. Oh, God damn it, Richard, you're banned. What the hell am I talking about? Of course, you can come back next week. But you don't know me shitting anymore. You're my best customer.
I was good. Isn't he like probably your only customer outside of Richard and the other cat?
How are we going to divide that?
I mean, I used to be pretty, well-to-do before everybody started disappearing.
What? I know this place is called Sleepyville, but was it like an actual port city of like value?
Nope. Always been the Abbey. We just kind of popped up here as the Abbey developed, and
Well, gonna get something to eat and then, yeah, just go on, relax up to that Abbey. Hopefully make fun with the sisters.
Please don't. Last thing we need to do is aggravate them like those two had done before. And
I'll
I
be
think
nice as long as they don't threaten me with literally anything.
I did say that my companions are unique. So just simply say you're with me, or at least helping me on my pilgrim, and we should be alright. No, you don't have to do any prayers or say you're part of the St. Cuthbert faith. Pilgrims,
Sorry.
pilgrims
I
can
forget.
get allies, so.
Because I do forget, did, Callisti mention that the Darkon Ezra cults were generally kind of racist?
Yes.
Okay. That was just me trying to remember in character
Yes.
as well. Okay.
She did warn us, and Elliot was pretty confident he could at least blend in, and he can easily just say, alright, these two are my companions, traveling companions, they're not bad if I'm with them.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have a nice meal and relax after.
alright.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll be sure to do my best for negotiations.
The last time you tried negotiating with Ghost, you literally put a sword through them while I was trying to talk to them.
Granted, I acted on reflex, which unfortunately that was a bad thing. I thought that it was a ambush attack.
I mean, considering I dropped my guard and none of them were literally flailing their bodies at me.
True, but I reacted too hastily.
It's whatever. At the end of the day, it's what it is. And she'll just start drinking her rum and waiting for her meal.
And Ellen
Alright.
will also wait for his
He
meal as well.
comes. It seems pretty plain. Just kind of a stew.
Similar to like back at the Abbey.
Guessing they have low food sources, so considering there's no fishery or anything like that, probably don't import anything, and considering they're mostly Abbey, I'm assuming all food sources would be reserved for them. She kind of looks at the barman.
From my understanding, they also have simple food.
I mean, mean, I also don't know what kind of fish even would lurk in these waters, or if they would even be edible by that point.
Well, I suppose we're gonna have to adapt and survive somehow. And if what they say we can't trust anybody, at the very least I would like to believe I can trust you and Deckham. And unfortunately we have just lost Aura, but I would at least like to trust 3 individuals.
Yeah. Yeah. As she kind of just says that, as she's kind of just shuffling her hands in her pocket and feels the 2 bullets. Are they still cold?
Yeah, it's like touching a very painful block of ice. Like, it's weird because at first they're just kind of cool, and then it's this creeping pain.
Is it like the equivalent of dry ice then, basically? Is like a good equivalent?
Yeah, it's not the burn. It's more like that, like, aching cold when your hands get, like, super cold.
Oh, I experienced that the other day. Now I really know how that feels.
I'm
Yeah.
experiencing that right now, if it wasn't for the heat, which is very little. But I guess we're done for our RP session today. I don't know.
Yeah, I got nothing unless you wanna...
I mean, there was one thing, but I think I'll save that since it is 9 o'clock, so it is midnight for you guys. We'll wrap it up. Thanks everybody for joining us today for session 8 of Sea of Sorrows. Again, heavy RP and a little bit of awkward combat. Had to give a send off to Aura, and if our player comes back from this hiatus, maybe we'll see him again. Again, Jeebus the Dingus is not here today. I know nobody else is going to know this, but congratulations. And for when you get back. And we will see you again in 2 weeks for Sea of Sorrows. Next Monday, of course, is Drake's Salvation. And are we picking back up with One in the Chamber?
Yes, we are.
So again, I'm Gothmoogle. I'm going to hand it over to Mariner, since I've mentioned the game that's coming back from its short hiatus.
Yeah, so I'm Transpace Mariner on Twitch, DM Mariner on Twitter, and yeah, as Moogle said, I'm finally back from my little break, and we're about to enjoy all the fun that everyone missed with Fantasy Las Vegas, and everything if it happened. So I think it'll be really fun. So yeah, that should be a good time, and also congratulations. I know anyone watching this will not understand what that means, but the people that do know will know. So yeah, and I'll throw it over to Miser.
Hello everyone, Mars Mark. I play the Dampier Elliot with questionable oaths and all that other stuff, but yeah, so Into the Wildlands will be resuming, as always, on Sundays, unless something happens. We have, as the Moogle and Mariner mentioned, we've lost a player, personal reasons, but the other 2 will be, I know, I'm just making inclusions and all that, but Jeebus and Mavis will be returning for the next, hopefully, maybe, I'm not sure, but I think they'll be returning for the next Into the Wildlands, which, again, they're just out on vacations. That being said, also congratulations, but I think I'm going to say the proper congratulations when Into the Wildlands comes in full swing. And you can find my stuff on MiserMark2010 on both YouTube and Twitch. You can also find stuff that I'm part of in the Transpace Mariner and Jeebus Dingus on Twitch and YouTube accounts respectively. It's been a fun evening. Also, we just went past Valentine's Day, but I'm not the type to really go with it, but appreciate you all. Thank you. And you all have a good night. Yes, your depression, but yes, everyone have a good